Well, a very good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Candy Talk here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. Such a pleasure to always have you on board on Kenya's most comprehensive political and public governance analysis show. Remember, we are keeping tabs on everything that is taking place in this country. And we are more than glad to bring you up to date with comprehensive analysis of the same. My name is Evans Okinyi. In this fine morning, I'm here with Professor Herman Manyora. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Yep. I've been looking at how things are taking place recently, and it seems that the mountain is a little bit hot. Why do you think Mount Kenya is actually certainly driving the temperatures of politics in this country so high?
No, the mountain sometimes can be volcanic.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the nature of mountains to behave like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So seemingly the mountain has erupted.
Yeah.
Talking of which, let us stick to what is actually now taking place and being witnessed between the president and the deputy president, definitely Rigathi, Gachagua and William Ruto here, and the president is outside the country, definitely. But then a church service was actually conducted in Mount Kenya region, of course, in Nyeri particularly, so to say. And according to what the leaders who attended that particular meeting said, it seems things are not going on well between the two. Of course, Kega, the Nyeri governor, saying the other Mbaya, telling of how things have been and how they fought for this government and how they shed tears and all of that. And they're saying that their son will not actually be taken through the kind of turmoil that the former deputy president, of course, now President William Ruto, went through during that particular period. Now, when you look at how these leaders are speaking from Mount Kenya region, now the leaders who are allied to the deputy president, do you really believe that there is a rift between the president and the deputy president?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Why would there be a rift? These are buddies. And yeah.
If they are buddies, recently, of course, we've witnessed the deputy president gone silent. I saw also Jad wading into that conversation. And people have been getting speculations. What do you think?
But he was at home. I said the DP was just relaxing. Is it not normal for people to relax for a week? Away from telephone phones, away from busy schedule. You can take time off. Go to Nyeri and relax. Nakula mokimotu. Yeah.
Missing very important functions.
No, but the most important was yesterday, and he was there. He was there to see off the president.
That was okay.
These others are small functions.
Seeing off the president.
You don't have to attend all functions. Yeah.
But sincerely speaking, and looking at what is taking place, comparing what those leaders were saying, why are you trying to downplay what the Gachagua allied friends were talking about?
If I heard from Gachagua, I could be tempted to believe. Sometimes politicians are funny people. They test waters. Sometimes they want to distract our attention. Sometimes they know this finance bill is so bad, let's pretend to be fighting. You know, those things are possible. Because if you ask me, if there's a rift between Gachagua and Ruto, it can't be Gachagua causing it. Because if Gachagua is causing a problem, he wants to walk out of a job. So logically, it can't be him causing the problem. Right?
Walking out of a job in what sense?
Yes. So it can only be the president. Okay. So the question you must ask, what would the president gain vis-a-vis what he will lose?
Okay.
So the president is unlikely to antagonize Gachagua because he will lose big. In fact, I have a problem seeing how Ruto can win the election in 2027 if he doesn't have Mount Kenya. I have a problem seeing it. A big problem. Yeah.
You have a big problem with that. Now, that also brings us to another question.
So he cannot antagonize Gachagua.
Okay. On just what you've said, because you've said that you've got a big problem believing how you would win without the mountain. Now, what's the mountain here for you? Because we already have the other faction, the one that, of course, of the Haki coalition that was just born out of the Limuru Three conference.
There is only one mountain.
But we also have the Rigathi Gachagua allied faction. So, what is the mountain here for you?
You may have two eyes, but when you focus, you can only see one mountain. Mount Kenya, where the god of the Kikuyu resides. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up to now, is the mountain united according to you?
The mountain is just one.
Because we are having people here.
You know, people are always united when there's a reason for being united. So People are going about their own business around the mountain. But there is talk now. There are murmurs. Something is not going well. And that's why people are now talking. And when time comes for them to act, they will act as one. Yeah. The mountain will act as one.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, of course, you said that if at all there could be a rift between the president and his deputy, then it would be maybe the president causing it.
Yes.
And you've also questioned what you would gain by doing that.
Which I don't see.
But then, murmurs have it, or rather rumors have it, that even during that particular day when the president was supposed to, you remember the tree planting day? Of course, the president was in Muranga. No, the president was in Muranga.
So what?
The deputy president was not seen at that particular event.
He was supposed to be in Bomet.
He was supposed to be in Bomet.
Then there was a problem with the transport. That's normal again.
Is it really normal? Because people are saying he was denied access to military chopper that would have taken him to Bomet. And that seemingly
people are not even,
well with the people.
Look, you know, sometimes we blow things out of proportion. You know, the CDF just died in a chopper recently.
Okay.
And the weather has been bad. Supposing it's a general policy that until the weather situation improves, we will be reluctant to release our choppers. It is possible.
Okay.
Why are we reading too much in the issue of our chopper? Yeah. These guys recently lost their CDF. So they must have worked around this issue of how to release helicopters. And maybe the DP got in that mix. Yeah, in a new policy. Yeah.
But why would the governor of Nyeri, of course, this is the home county of the deputy president, make such kind of statements if at all there is nothing boiling between the two?
You know, they may just be misunderstanding the situation. It's possible. Or you want to endear yourself to somebody, so you think if I speak like that, I'll be popular. Nothing.
Endearing up to a point when you say...
I have a problem seeing how Ruto and Gachagua could be having problems. I don't see.
Okay.
How? It's too soon. And it doesn't serve any of their interests. It's not in the interest of Gachagua to antagonize Ruto. What will he gain? It's not in the interest of Ruto to antagonize Gachagua. What will he gain? He will lose so much.
But what have we witnessed in the recent past?
But we have not seen nothing.
If anything is to go back.
I have not seen anything to convince me there's a problem between the two. Yeah, I have not seen. Because I know Ruto is aware what the mountain means to him. You see, Ruto cannot replace Gachagua by young people like Ndindi Nyoro. The community will not accept it. You are removing a man who can look at you in the eye, and you are giving us a young man you can control and put on your finger like this. They will not accept. Secondly, he cannot replace the community, we say the Luya community, very unliable. There isn't a leader in Kenya Kwanza from Western Kenya who can stand with Ruto and galvanize the votes from Luya land to Ruto, not to Etangula, not to Mudavadi. So how can he take the risk of abandoning Gachagua and Mount Kenya? Because if you abandon Gachagua, the Mount Kenya people will not accept Ndindi Nyoro. They will see it for what it is. You want somebody you can manipulate.
Why wouldn't they accept Ndindi Nyoro?
Naturally, even me, if I was a community, that's how we see it. Yeah. How do you take a strong man from the community, abandon him, then take somebody who is amenable to you, a man you can now play around with, put on your finger
and of course you bring
that's how the people see.
Bring in the argument of a strong man, of course, when you compare Ndindi Nyoro to the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua.
So there is no comparison.
And that is why actually I asked you where is the mountain here, because what mountain are you talking about? The mountain already declared, of course, the faction that is led by Jeremiah Kioni, they declared Uhuru Kenyatta their kingpin. So
but
that
Uhuru
is the Uhuru
Kenyatta,
factor is here. At the same time,
Uhuru
Gachagua is also,
I have always said Uhuru Kenyatta is still relevant. But Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to lead the community into power. The community is looking for somebody who keep them in power or take power for them. Uhuru is not going to lead them into power. He doesn't want to take power. So it must be somebody like Rigathi Gachagua who has a potential of becoming president.
Are you therefore trying to say that the proclamations of and the outcomes of the Limuru Three conference do not actually surface right now, and they're not so significant when it comes to politics of the mountain?
The significance of Limuru Three must be seen in terms of the mountain beginning to ask questions. Yes.
Okay.
That's what is important about. That's what is important about Limuru Three. People around the mountain are asking questions. They are restless. Yeah, the mountain is restless. Yeah. If you look at it in the morning, you can see. Yeah.
So the mountain here being restless, you're saying here that Uhuru may not actually lead them to power, and so the best option that they would have is Rigathi Gachagua.
Correct.
According to you.
Yes.
So in this case here, how then does Rigathi Gachagua make sure that he galvanizes this and overcome the Uhuru Kenyatta threat so that he comes out
There's
as
no
the real
threat
deal?
from Uhuru Kenyatta to Gachagua. There's no threat. Where is the threat?
Okay.
Uhuru Kenyatta will realize that his relevance will be delivered through somebody like Gachagua. Because you need a strong person who presents hope to the community that tomorrow we can produce a president. That's the man Uhuru Kenyatta is supposed to be working with. Unless he wants himself to stand, and it's not possible. Unless he wants to front his brother, and I've said that is possible. So in the absence of the Kenyatta family taking a direct stab at the presidency, the Kenyattas are best advised to work with the person with the highest potential of becoming president. And that's why Rigathi Gachagua fits in. So I do not see Kenyattas antagonizing Gachagua and vice versa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me
It's
about...
in the interest of Gachagua to work with the Kenyattas. It's in the interest of the Kenyattas to work with Gachagua. Yeah.
There are those who believe that perhaps the deputy president is kind of trying to play some sort of sympathy-seeking politics here, so that he gains the full support of his community. There are those people who believe that that is the kind of direction that
It's possible. These are politicians. Anything that works, they try it.
So if he does that, do you think that it would actually work for him?
It depends on whether, you see, sympathy can only come if Ruto begins to attack Gachagua. That's what I'm saying. It's a no-brainer. There's no way Ruto can make the mistake of antagonizing Gachagua, because sympathy will roll towards Gachagua. Gachagua will be the victim, and people always sympathize with the victim. Ruto himself was a beneficiary of the victim card of sympathy. How would he hand such on a silver platter to Gachagua? Then he wouldn't be a serious politician. I am not seeing circumstances under which Ruto will antagonize Gachagua, because to antagonize Gachagua is to antagonize Mount Kenya. And that's a big risk he would take. Because, and I don't know, you see, maybe somebody, let's rule things out. One, you are not going to replace Gachagua by somebody from the mountain. People not buy that story. Though that person like Kanini Nyoro, if he came through the normal process of growing as a politician, he has great potential, and I've said it. But if he comes in as a spoiler, to help Ruto deal with Gachagua, people will not accept him. Irrespective of how good he would be if he came in another style. So that will not work. Number two, Ruto cannot afford to lose Mount Kenya. And this is why. And that's number three. If you lose Mount Kenya, you become vulnerable. Your underbelly is exposed. The moment people see Ruto is minus Mount Kenya, they know he's weak. And even if Raila had not wanted to run again, he would run. And he would win. Because Mudavadi cannot replace Gachagua if Raila is running. The only way Mudavadi can be relevant to replace Gachagua to Ruto is if Raila and Mudavadi work together and support Uhuru. But it will be so difficult for Raila to keep to that pact. Seeing as it was, the goal is empty, there's no goalkeeper. Why would you give somebody a pass? I have wanted this thing all these years, and now there's nobody in the goal post. Why can't I score the goal? Why can't I become president? And if Raila is standing and Mudavadi is supporting Ruto, Mudavadi's support is reduced to less than 50%, even if he's a running mate. If you made Mudavadi running mate to Ruto in 2027, he will be a powerful individual. The Luyas will support him, but not sufficient to help Ruto replace the Kikuyus. Because Raila will still get about 40% of Western, with the Mudavadi running mate, being running mate.
Okay.
The best he can deliver to Ruto. Assuming again Wetangula would not be sulking, because Papa Roma would think he should be the one. So the Pukusus will also not be very happy if it is Mudavadi. So you cannot, I do not see how Mudavadi then can replace Gachagua in the matrix of 2027 for William Ruto. I don't see.
Okay.
No.
So you don't agree with those who believe that the president is done with his deputy, and that could be actually
I don't
the reason
agree.
why
Because I don't. Everything must make sense. It doesn't make sense for Ruto to abandon Gachagua. It doesn't make sense. I've been trying to think so hard until I'm having some little headache. I can't see it. It will be disaster. It will be suicide for Ruto.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, you refuse to buy the signs, the telltale signs that we're witnessing.
There are no signs those are just normal things. Those are just hiccups. Yeah.
Okay.
People have eaten their belching. Watu wamekula. Kina mtai wote mtai hu. They have eaten, they are just belching.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, wamekula vizuri.
So no access to military chopper, that is normal for you.
That's you see, I've told you about military chopper. It is possible because of the accident involving the CDF and the weather that has been prevailing in the country. It is possible there's a policy on choppers. So maybe you need a more elaborate process of acquiring a chopper.
No policy.
But the DP maybe use the old system where you just make a phone call in the next 30 minutes, it is available. Maybe they told them, no, we are now subjecting our choppers to 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's not possible in the course of today, unless you wanted it tomorrow. It's possible. I mean,
Really?
you can't lose a CDF and then it's business as usual with your choppers. You'll be very stupid. I don't think the military is that stupid. After losing their CDF, and given the conditions, the climatic conditions we've been witnessing, certainly there must have been some change on how to use military choppers. Certainly. Maybe, let me
Things
tell
which
you,
we are
let
not
me give you a
aware
good
of. Of course,
example.
all these
Let
are
me give you a good
speculations.
example. We had a terrorist attack in Garissa University, and a lot of our young men and women were killed. The wreck squad could not get a helicopter, police helicopter. By the time they got it, about 147 or something of them had died. 147 is not a number, I remember. It was rumored that they didn't get a chopper because the head of the police wing had given a chopper either to go and pick the daughter-in-law or to take the daughter-in-law in Mombasa. It was rumored, and it could be true. I'm not saying it's a fact. That was a rumor then. That the wreck squad could not be delivered to Garissa to save our children because the police chopper had been assigned by the boss to go and pick the daughter-in-law. Now, supposing the CDF use a bad chopper because the good chopper had been assigned, they say, to a politician. Are you not seeing the military changing policy on how to use their choppers? I have no, I'm not asking anybody.
So far,
I'm just thinking.
So far, there are no policies that have changed so far.
I'm not so sure. How sure are you?
We are not sure.
How sure?
We are
We are not sure.
And if at all,
I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to explain it. Yes.
Okay.
And now, about the private chopper, and the people wanted cash. The same rumors doing the round could affect the businessmen. Okay. If the businessmen have had the same rumors we have had, that is a problem between the DP and the president, they will also be reluctant to release their choppers without cash.
Okay.
So these are things you can explain. Yeah. But it must be a functional government. When a government is functioning, these sort of things don't take place. But because there are many people in government close to the president who will be happy to see a rift between the president and his deputy. There are many.
Okay.
That's how the palace works. That's why you have heard of the word palace school. There are always schemes within the palace. People are always scheming to remove the king or to plant bad blood between the king and the person the king likes, or the heir apparent. Those are things that are happening in the palace all the time.
Okay.
So Kenyans believe the president's relationship with the deputy president must always be rosy and cozy. They must always be meeting for breakfast. Hata mwingine anapakia mwingine mkate. No, this is politics. There are always games being played and intrigues and suspicions. It's so normal in politics. Yeah. People asking how come from 1963, from independence, vice presidents, and they have never had a very straight relationship with it. Yeah, Jaramogi had a problem with Kenyatta. Murumbi resigned, the second vice president with Kenyatta, Joseph Murumbi. Yeah? Moi had issues. He was mistreated, we are told. He was manhandled, mishandled. He was even slapped. You know? Ama namna gani? There was the change the constitution movement to ensure that if Kenyatta dies, because Kenyatta had suffered a stroke, people feared if he died in office, Moi will take over. Because the constitution was saying the vice president takes over for 90 days. And people like him, Gay, Kega Kimani, the father to the governor in Nakuru, were saying we cannot allow Moi to become president. So let us change the constitution so that in the event Kenyatta dies, Moi does not succeed him automatically. Kinanjoroge Mungai, they didn't want that. But as fate would have it, Kenyatta died before their schemes could be effective. After that, after Moi, there was Saitoti. There was Kibaki. Kibaki was removed by Moi. He didn't finish with Moi. After Kibaki, there was Karanja. Hardly a year or so. The issue of kneel before me. Ati Moi ametoka kidogo, Karanja naita watu, kneel before me, I'm the president now. Then there was Saitoti. These Kenyans don't seem to understand that the relationship between a president and the vice, a governor and the deputy governor, is not an easy one. It's never been easy anywhere in the world. Even between the king and the heir apparent. There were issues even between the current king of England, King Charles the third. Is he called the third?
Okay.
People were telling bwana, you umezeeka bwana. Mama yako akikufa wacha hii kitu mtoto yako achukue Prince William. Ama namna gani? You had those things. So whenever there are people working under people about to take over, they will always be all this man. It cannot be rosy all the time. Yeah. And also the understanding. Sometimes the governor doesn't understand who a deputy is. And nafikiri deputy ni spanner boy yake. Sometimes the president thinks the vice president or the deputy is just another boy or girl. It's a human being.
Okay.
Sometimes the deputy president or the deputy governor or the vice president, they think they are more important than they are. And I keep reminding deputy governors, you are a spare wheel kwa boot. Huwezi tumia miguu kama ingine jetoboka. Huwezi weka hii. Kazi yako unangoja mguu itopoke. Uwekewe hapo.
Okay.
So all these things happen. So, and therefore let us stop a lot of speculation. Right now, as you speak, Gachagua is in office. Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. According to the Constitution, when the president is out, the Rigathi Gachagua is your acting president. And things are moving on finally.
Okay.
If you know him, you can go and have a cup of tea in State House.
His own governor says our son is being frustrated
and
this needs to end.
Forget about that governor of his.
And you're saying that he's reading too much from what is taking place here.
There's nothing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tell us what you think about the words of the Nyeri governor, of course, Mutahi Kahiga, saying there that, come on, Mbaya, let's wait and see. Do you think that there could be some sort of frosty relationship between the president and his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua? And of course, our team is on the ground. We are waiting to see, in as much as Prof refuses, but we are waiting to see what actually takes place and whether these statements, whether these allegations are true and the kind of impacts that they would have towards the political landscape in this particular country. Allow me to stop this conversation at this particular moment, but please stay tuned to some of our programs that will be coming up next. My name is Evans Okinyi.